Friday, October 1st. We got a new month, 2021. Boy, last year, October, November, December, me and Brian both knocked it out of the park. So I'm expecting a strong finish from us both this year as well. I think what happens is like Major League Baseball clears its way out. You get into the football. College basketball, I've been saying all along, it starts around Thanksgiving. But actually, it starts, I believe, November 9th. So I don't get much time off at all. I thought I was going to get like 2 months off and all this stuff. It's like going to be NBA at the end of October and I'll get to ease in. But no, I'm dead, man. So but I'm really excited about everything that's going on. We'll probably run our Become a Capper contest in November, the shortest month of the year. But it seems that it has the most sports going on. So that'll be fun. Either we'll do it November or December. We'll figure it out. But, man, I am so excited for this weekend for college football. I am... Tomorrow is one of those days that if you're like a real college football fan, tomorrow is a day that could be a day that changes the sport, and those are the best, when something happens, it just changes everything. It's like if Cincinnati beats Notre Dame tomorrow, if they beat them, even if they beat them by 1 point, they don't cover the spread, who cares? If Cincinnati beats Notre Dame tomorrow, college football, that as we know it, will change forever. It will never, ever be the same if Cincinnati beats Notre Dame tomorrow. And in the best possible way. Because when you have a team like Cincinnati coming from the AAC and it's going to knock one of the big conference teams out of the big money playoff, even if they get beat by 100 points in the playoff, it doesn't even matter. If they knock one of those big conference teams out of the playoff, college football will be changed forever. They've talked all offseason about a 12-team playoff. They did nothing with it, right? All of a sudden, they're like, they're going to fast track to a 12-team playoff. You wait to see what happens when Cincinnati knocks a Big Ten or an ACC or team out of the playoff. Pac-12, they don't care, right? It's like they've been knocking those teams out forever. But if they knock out an SEC or a Big 12 team, if it came down to like Oklahoma or Cincinnati, if Oklahoma, like a one-loss Oklahoma team or Cincinnati, and Cincinnati gets in over them, oh boy, you'll see this thing change tomorrow. And we'll have a real playoff system. It'll go 12 teams, then it'll go 16, just like it should be to begin with. So tomorrow is the day. We all should be rooting for Cincinnati if you're a fan of college football. It has nothing to do with allegiances to anything. It is a game that will change the landscape of college football as we know it if Cincinnati beats Notre Dame tomorrow. So I'm totally stoked about it, in case you haven't noticed. I love college football.
A little excited. Happy.
A little excited. Not as excited about my Canes last night, missing that field goal. Doinking it off the upright.
What a bunch of losers they are. A bunch of losers.
You would know. Takes one to know one.
Well, they should be trying to get a touchdown there, not just
I agree with you.
Around.
I say that forever, man. I say that every time. When you play that type of strategy, that's the strategy that gets coaches fired. That's the strategy that gets coaches fired. You
want to drain clock, but just shoot for the touchdown, not give it to your kickers.
You're rolling. It's like, why would you
so aggravating.
Oh, totally aggravating. But, to me, as a Cane fan, I would way rather see that. I'd way rather see that than, I'd way rather lose these games than then build our hopes up and then pull the rug out from under us. I'd rather just know we stink. We have good players. We're going to get a heavy hitter coach next year. It's probably going to be a name guy with either NFL or college head coaching experience that's had major success at some kind of program. Maybe that Dan Campbell, that Matt Campbell from Iowa State is who we get. That's who I'm looking at. We'll get someone like that, and they'll come in, and all of a sudden they'll say, whoa, because I'm telling you, throughout the years, most coaches dream of the Miami job because you get to recruit right there in South Florida. So if you get the right guy in there, believe me, they love it. It's like when they offered Joe Paterno the job. He didn't turn him down. He said, I would think about it. He ended up not taking it, and he ended up staying at Penn State. But he didn't just say, no way, I'm not going. I'm not leaving Penn State. It was like, man, and he even said at the thing, he's like, just the thought of being able to recruit there. It's like, you have to think about it. So, that's why Miami has always had the heavy hitter coaches, and I think they will get a heavy hitter coach in there. And they have tons of NFL talent, so, I mean, it's really not really an issue. You look at every NFL roster, it's loaded with Miami players. But, anyways, Joe and I once again knocked it out of the park at halftime. Hopefully you guys joined us. Joe, what do you think's the about the haters at halftime and the people that tell us we don't know what we're talking about and like just put us down and basically the whole time, and then we'll never hear from them again. Is it worth it to like know that they ate it again, or would you rather them just stay the hell away?
Yeah, they can just stay the hell away. Honestly, at the end of the day, don't bring those negative vibes there. You don't want to see us at halftime. You don't want to take our bets, and don't come on over.
Yeah.
Right? But they say your haters are your biggest fans, so they're going to be around. They're going to be around every time. And they're going to delete their comments from yesterday, whatever they said.
That was like the Orioles Red Sox. The same people that deleted their comments from my Orioles Red Sox pick from yesterday are the same people that, came on our halftime show and asked us what game we were watching.
Absolutely. And those kind of things, it's like, well, if you were just someone who didn't bet, watching the game, not knowing these two teams, you would 100% think the Jaguars would have come out in that second half and won it. But if you know what you're talking about, you knew the Bengals were going to come back. So
it was
uneducated.
To me, it was the cool part about it was like when a lot of our fans came out and said, this guy's obviously never seen this show before. Yeah. It's like, when he was saying, what game are you watching? You guys have no idea what you're talking about. These guys are losers, they were saying. And it was like, a few of our fans, came out in the comments and were like, this person has obviously never watched these halftime shows before. Yeah. And it was like, once again, I think the team total over for the Bengals, we cashed in, 4 minutes?
Absolutely. It was over 14. It was beautiful.
So we hit the over 14. Then we got plus money on the Bengals minus 7.5. We got it at plus 105 and the Bengals minus 7.5 for the second half. Gift. I mean, we were a half point out within less than a minute. Yeah. And then the plus 224 to win the game outright, which we knew was a light number considering we were laying 14 points at that point. Right out of the gate, we were down 14 points and had only a half of football left to play. The 224 that we hit, but that was, oh my gosh, it was just another one of those halftimes. It's like even Brian bets our halftime picks.
And it was funny because if you go back and watch yesterday's morning show, Mitch, you actually said, "I hope we go into the half with the Bengals losing." And you exactly said that yesterday morning.
Those are the
what
ones
you wanted happened.
Those are the ones. Those are the half times where it's like, those are the life-changing bets. We've had a few of them. I didn't have life-changing bets. I ended up because I lost on the game, which a lot of times we hit the game as well, but I lost on the game, so I lost money there. But I ended up like plus 2,200 when it could have been a really lousy night. I've also hit that Orioles bet, which kind of was a good bailout for me too. But, I ended up like plus 2,200 on the on it. And Tony No Shoes, a lot of people were saying that too, is that they were playing the Bengals to win like by a low number in there, lower than what the point spread was as a hedge. So like Tony No Shoes got it at plus 450 that the Bengals win by 1-6. So even though he didn't get his 7.5 for the game, he got 4.5 to 1 on his money for that, so he was able to hedge out on the other side of it. And then, of course, with all the other bets that we hit, well, that's how you get the Winnebago, Brian.
Yeah, and that's absolutely why I love halftime betting. You can go into this and capitalize on these situations where you still know that your initial bet was the right way to go, but this team came out and had a poor first half, and then you capitalize on it.
You're only as good as your last bet, and you're only as good as your next bet. But I will say that my halftime betting is my best picks. It is what I'm best at because I'm a game watcher, so I could see it on the field. And I thought last night was not as easy to see on the field because the Jags were dominating in the first half. They were. The Bengals had no
but
answers.
if they score that touchdown and it's 21-0 at half, it's a different story.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, I think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think they come roaring back.
I don't think so.
21-0 is a lot different.
I don't think so.
It would turn out a lot different.
I don't think so.
Huge difference. There's no way it was to be a 21.
That was a deciding factor of winning the game or not.
Jaguars scored. That was the reason why they got the comeback.
I don't think
they
so.
score that touchdown and it goes up 21-0. There's no comeback.
Oh yes, there is. I agree with you, Rod. There would have been a comeback. It just would have been more points.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yep.
No chance.
No. When you say they're the worst team in football, that's I mean, look
because
at
they stuffed them, and that was the thing that gave them the boost.
I don't know, Rod. It's kind of tough. I do have a magic 8 ball right over here. We could ask. It's exactly what would have happened.
Well, I had the magic. I did the same thing you guys did. I went. They made the stop. I went to make the bet. I was like, that's it. They're going to come back. They made the stop. That's the momentum. They'll come out in the second half like gangbusters, and that's exactly what happened. But it's 21-0. I'm not making that bet.
I am.
I know you would, but I'm not. I wouldn't.
I've hit bigger bets than that. I've hit bigger than that. And you know when it happened? My biggest in-game betting hit in history was the Falcons against the Patriots in that Super Bowl. I hit that in-game so many times on the money line on the Patriots, and I was at D'Amico's party, so I had a hell of a plate of chicken parm going on. They put the chicken on top of the spaghetti. That's the way it's supposed to be done. You take the chicken parm with the cheese, the sauce, everything on top of the spaghetti, right? It's all on top of it.
That's top of the spaghetti, yes.
Yes. That's
spaghetti, sauce, cheese, parm, more sauce, more cheese.
Yeah.
And bake it in the oven. It's all nice, bubbly, golden brown, and then pull it out.
And you throw some in-game bets on the Patriots on the money line there, plus 450 change, It's a nice day. Well, we do have college football tonight. We got 3 games going on. Maryland and Iowa, Tulsa, Houston, and Utah State, BYU. All good games. All good teams, good games. We're out of the cupcake portion of the schedule. I did all the videos. I was going to post videos early again like I did last week, but this week kind of just really got away from me. But I've been up since 1 o'clock my time this morning doing videos, so I got a ton of them done for tomorrow. So we're still going to have the same amount of videos. I just didn't get to sleep to do it. But Brian, what do you think of these 3 games? Anything that just jumps off the plate at you?
Well, I've been waffling back and forth on Houston and Tulsa here, but I believe Tulsa is the right call here. I think when people look, they see a 1-3 Tulsa team. Oh, they're laying points against Houston, who's had some success early on. But I think this Tulsa team is better than the record indicates here, and I think Tulsa wins this game by a touchdown. Maybe I should have put it in as a premium play. I'm kind of regretting it, but for me, I think Tulsa's the play here.
Well, I think in college football, while we're out of the cupcake portion of the schedule, we're still in the who did they play portion of the schedule. And when you look at Tulsa's losses at the Horseshoe in Columbus versus at Oklahoma State, who's also undefeated at this point, has one of the toughest defenses in college football statistically. Those aren't bad losses.
They played respectable to Ohio State. I think they covered against Ohio State.
Both those games. They lost to Oklahoma State. They were getting 150. They lost by by single digits. And the same thing against Ohio State. They were getting, what were they getting? 28.5 or something?
I always get them confused with Toledo, and because they played Notre Dame. And anyway, but yeah, Tulsa here at home. I think you definitely lay the points here with them. I like it more as the day goes on. So probably by kickoff, I'll be betting a lot on it.
Rod?
And for me, I'm going to take the in Iowa and Maryland. Both defenses solid.
Cut out there.
Grind it out.
You cut out there on your pick.
Yeah. I'm taking the under in Iowa and Maryland. Both defenses are solid, and they're going to. It's going to be a grind them out, run the ball, beat each other up. Place is going to be going bananas. I like the under in that one. And I think we'll take the over Houston, Tulsa. I think we get some points. Tulsa, you seen last week, got their offense going, and we know Houston can put up points. So I think 54 is a pretty low number. Give me the over, Houston, Tulsa.
Tell you, the Houston defense, way underrated. Dana Holgerson, is an offensive coach. He's the guy that like almost invented the spread offense, right? It's one of the he's not even invent the spread, but he's like the college version that we see today. He's the guy that basically invented that. But his defense actually is pretty good at Houston. Joe, what are you looking at in these games?
Yeah, I'm looking at Utah State over BYU. Give me the home dog plus the points. When we look at the underdog in these two teams, when they match up, they're 9-2 against this spread. I think we're going to see both these teams move the ball down the field and this game be tight. So Utah State plus the points.
You got your coffee going yet?
No, I don't. It's like an issue.
So
no one start fighting with me today. It might not go.
What we'll do is we'll do a Joe and Rod segment.
I've only got herbal tea even. Like it's bad, guys. And coffee.
Herbal tea.
Herbal tea is not even caffeinated.
Put some words in Rod's mouth. Let's see what we can get going here. Let's see if we can stir the pot a little bit. You're drinking decaf?
Oh, yeah. It's herbal rooibos vanilla tea. It is not tasty.
Yikes. I got Intelligentsia Black Cat right here going. It's so this coffee is so good. It's just you open up the bag and it's like a 5-pound bag. And so you know where I keep my coffee? I got this thing, those cereal containers, that they have that you pour the thing. I keep my coffee in there. So this way you can pour it right into the grinder from there. It's just perfect. I don't like to keep too much in the grinder. It doesn't keep it that fresh.
No, it doesn't. Well, I tried to go to Starbucks. The lineup was like massive, so I had to come home. I tried to order it on Skip. They said
they
were
know
too
who
busy
you are?
to Skip.
Did you pull the "Do you know who I am" card?
No, I didn't.
Next time,
so
I'll call ahead.
I said I might cry. I'm like, come on, guys, just bring me a coffee at some point. I might cry.
Can't you use like an app and order ahead or something? I never go to Starbucks, but it's like
I tried.
This
is what I tried to do. No, they're so short-staffed. You can't even go into the facility. It's only drive-through.
Only drive-through, yeah.
Those bastards.
Yeah. So I need coffee right after the show.
What about Tim Hortons coffee? Don't they still?
That might have been more of a disaster this morning.
Isn't that a Canadian thing? Timbits and coffee?
It is. Yes. But yeah, that's forever lined up. I wouldn't have made the show, you guys.
It isn't nice.
But I would have had coffee. So
and donuts.
And donuts. Could have brought everyone donuts.
And my mouth's watering now. I love those Timbits. Yeah. Pretty much. It's like butter, sugar, deep fried. I'm in.
There you go.
It's like you take butter and sugar, now you're deep frying it. Now it's like, I'm ready. I think this Iowa-Maryland game is exactly like what Rod said. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle. I think what we're going to see is a lot of field goals in this game. I also think, to be honest with you, that Maryland's really getting shortchanged here. They're beasts at home, generally. I also think that Houston's defense is pretty good, but their offense not quite as good as it's been. And I disagree with Joe. I like BYU in this one against Utah State. I hate bad defenses. I can't take it. It's like Utah State's defense is so stinky ass bad. It's like I can't buy into it. It's like you beat, Cal or something, right? Who scored that's the most points that they beat Washington State. Excuse me, 17-point dogs. But outside of that, North Dakota, Air Force, and then they lost to Boise 27-3. They could not stop Boise. Boise was just carving. It should have been 127-3 in that game. But when you have a defense that's that bad, I just can't rally behind the 121st ranked defense in the nation. 113th against the run, 106th against the pass. I mean, we're not talking about they just stink at it. It's like, no, They really stink. It's like when you get into those triple digits, 200. So they don't allow 200 yards rushing per game. Congratulations, 199.8. They're like the Vince Velasquez of college defenses. I mean, it's like it's get rung up. I don't know. I'm going to disagree there. I think the Utah State offense is pretty good though, and the BYU defense is not that bad. Is not that good either. This game probably goes over as well.
I didn't know we could do more than – I thought we were just doing that first game. I would have taken Utah State as well, plus the points.
I said all 3 games. I said all 3. Clearly said.
My mind must be on that new project I have going on. Trying to figure out clicking on the computer.
I agree with you, Brian. You are a fool. Don't pay any attention.
I just think Utah State's offense is really balanced. So that's where I'm going with it. I know they have a terrible defense, but I think their offense can get it done if they can just keep moving the ball. Because I'm with you. I'm on that over.
All right. They allow 30 points per game.
Yeah, their defense stinks. I agree.
They stink.
Stink.
I'm not betting that game. Maybe we should come on at halftime.
In-state rival game right there.
Yeah, I'm not betting it. I got the other 2. I like the other 2 games much better than this one.
Ooh, that game will be like 1 in the morning.
Yep. This game's gonna be like 7 o'clock at night. I'm gonna be in bed. I'll be long gone by then. Carnival people. Up all the way to 7:30.
Don't be carnival people now.
It's like I started talking carnivals. I'm like thinking, ooh, funnel cake, powdered sugar. It's like it's not a good funnel cake.
That's the problem because the carnival people at night, all of a sudden it's your time now, right? So then what happens is you start having some after work drinks, and then that turns into some rowdy football, and next thing you know, you're like, the sun's coming up. I didn't get any sleep.
Rod's a carnival. Rod's worked at the carnival. So what's more prestigious, the funnel cake or the fried dough? They're both good.
Both good. Up here, I think the fried dough. More people love the mini donuts. Holy, the mini donuts.
Those are Zeppelis. The mini donuts. That's different.
Mini donuts, yeah. They
Not
come in
Zeppelis?
bags. You can get bags of 3.
Not Zeppelis?
No.
Here they call them
little mini
molasadas. Here they call them molasadas. They're like a
and you can get bags.
Filipino
you can
donut.
get 1 bag, or you can get 3 bags for $10.
Or 6 bags.
Or 6 bags. Yeah.
Those are the only donuts I like, is the mini donuts.
They have
mini donuts.
They have molasadas here, and they come with dipping sauces. Like you dip.
Oh, see, they haven't got that far yet.
Yes, they're very fancy.
We need to tell
it's like
people,
you know,
they need sauce dippings. Where's my dipping sauce?
I go out to eat like
those are good.
I go out to eat like twice a year. So when I go, it's like I go with they're $30. You know, so it's like yes, it's going to be fancy. It's like they have more motos.
Biggest sellers, foot-long corn dogs. Because who doesn't like a big, giant, foot-long corn dog?
I don't. But that's
elephant ears. People just love the elephant ear.
What's an elephant?
What is an like an elephant ear?
What's that?
Yeah, it's more fried dough. More fried dough.
Oh, I was thinking elephant.
Is that the one like that you put chocolate and custard on? Is that like you put
big, more fried dough? You can put whatever you want on it. Some people put strawberries and whipped cream. Some people put chocolate.
That sounds too healthy.
Drizzle, and some people cinnamon brown sugar. Some people put big giant elephant.
They have like one that has like a custard with chocolate. I've seen.
Oh, I've never seen a custard one.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
I like the deep fried pickles at the fair.
Okay.
Deep fried Oreo cookies. Oh, so good.
They used to have those in Vegas at Mermaids. They closed Mermaids down, but they had the deep fried Twinkie and the deep fried Oreos.
Oh, yeah, those are so good. Oh, deep fried cheesecake. You take your little cheesecake, put it on a stick, and then you batter it up and you put it in the deep fryer. Oh, so good too.
We should do a show like where we're doing football picks, but just have Rod's Fry later going. It's like, we should do a show. It's like football picks and Rod's Fry later. It's like, can we deep fry a pancake? I think we can.
I think we can.
Well, you can deep fry a chocolate bar, so I've seen it all since they started doing that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that with the Snickers.
Yeah.
Well, actually, for you guys, it'd be the Cadbury.
You can deep fry anything. Wagon wheels. You ever had a wagon wheel?
What else? Smarties.
Marshmallow.
Smarties.
I could deep fry a Smartie. Sure.
Yeah.
I could definitely deep fry a Smartie.
Smartie ball. Anyways, Brian, what are you selling? You seem not too enthused with our deep fried. Everything.
Well, you're making me hungry. I haven't eaten nothing all day. I'm hungry.
What do you got going on? Oops, I got Joe in your frame. There you go. All right.
That's all right. I hit on my Jags. I lost on the Miami Hurricanes. But tonight I got my college football Friday night money shot. I think it's the best college football play out there tonight. One play, one winner for $30 at pickdogs.com, or just subscribe to the VIP show, and I'll be giving that play out there.
Rod, what do you got?
And for me, we're off another winning day yesterday. Just keep rolling along. So today I've got my 10-star executive info gridiron crusher. My favorite play on the board. You can get that by itself, or you can get my college football executive info triple, which is included. You get my 10-star executive info gridiron crusher in that package, along with 2 more gridiron crushers. Don't miss out on these 3 best bets. Perfect opportunity to stack more cash.
David Stanton saying that the deep fried cheese, deep fried cheesecake takes years off your life, but I don't know. I think that could be worth it.
But it's so good.
Like when they say like when they say the good fat, it's like that's the good fat right there. Deep fried cheesecake.
Absolutely is.
Joe, what do you have going on today? You got the pink. Yeah. You got a pink hue under your hat, it actually looks really cool. Good? Yeah, it looks cool.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Right? It's like this pink glow. It's like the light.
It's glowing. Yes. This is what happens when I don't have coffee. I'm going to turn back into an alien. I don't know what's going on right now. So today I have a couple plays in college football as well as one in MLB. So you guys head on over to pickdogs.com to get my best plays. I'm looking for a bounce back day after yesterday. I lost that total on Miami and Virginia. I really thought that was the best play, and Miami killed me not being able to get that ball down in the last drive. So yeah, looking for a bounce back, you guys.
I got a 2+1, 2 college football, 1 MLB, only my top MLB. We're kind of at that point of the season where you're not really sure what's going to go on, but I got one that I got a really good angle on. I'm excited about it, actually. Got a pretty good size wager on it. But 2 of the college football games against the spread picks. That's the first 2 games. Obviously not the last one, which I said I don't like as much. Anyways, speaking of Major League Baseball, Red Sox took a bad loss yesterday, and it could end up costing them. It could really end up costing them. And now we have, it's the last 3 days of the regular season, and still a lot to be decided here. It looks like the Yankees are going to be in. At this point, they got a 2-game lead, so their magic number is 1. And then the Red Sox and the Mariners now deadlock tied for the 2nd spot. And the Red Sox, I think, have a tougher series here than the Mariners do. The Mariners play the Angels, while the Red Sox have to go to Washington to take on the Nationals, which, while on the surface doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but here you have a Red Sox team full of pitchers with 5.6 ERAs, and they've been living by the bat and dying by the bat, and now they lose one of those bats, so 10% of their offense, right, comes off the table here because they got to bat the pitcher. So the 5.6 might not hold up as well. I don't know. Seems like a bad day for them. Well, we cashed in nicely on the Orioles, though, and I appreciate all those kind words that you guys left me in the YouTube before the game about I think the word idiot was used. I think this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I heard unsubscribe a couple times and some other things. They always threaten. We're going to unsubscribe. Sure, smash the like on your way out.
Because they disagreed with you on one pick.
No, not. It's not. It's a series of. I'm not gonna. I can't claim that. I wish I could. You know, I think it might be the pick might have something to do it, but I'm sure it's all the other stuff. You know, it's the everything else. You know, it's like, yeah, it's. We
Again, haters are the biggest fans. They're watching for a reason.
Yeah, it's like my wife, I guess, like one of her ex-boyfriends, she broke up with him because he used the towels that you put in the bathroom, like just for show, you know. He like used those.
Oh yeah,
towels.
That's worth divorcing.
Yeah, well, she like broke up with him because of that, but it wasn't really the towels. It was the everything else. It was like it wasn't the towels. It was kind of the everything else. Right? Like, we've all been guilty.
It's that one last straw on top of everything else, right?
We've all been guilty of the everything else, and I always say that about people. Like I've worked with people that have been fired for like ridiculous things, and I'm just like, man, they got fired over that. And it's like, because usually the boss will say, well, let's just say if they were knocking it out of the park, we wouldn't really have to worry about that, right? But anyways, I don't know how we got to that, but I know how we did. It's my Orioles pick. Got the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Luis Castillo figures out another way to lose a game. I think somehow, if there's a guy that can figure out a way to lose, Brian, just put a couple bucks on him for us, the rest of us, so we can bet the other side. That's usually the secret there. Got the Nationals up against the Red Sox, who are now tied for that second wild card spot. Got the Yankees, Nestor Cortez against Rod's favorite pitcher, TBD.
TBD.
I'm down with TBD.
TBD? I thought it was McClanahan.
It says TBD. You know me.
I don't know about that. I'm going to have to look.
Steven Matt's pitching today for the disappointed Blue Jays. Minus 345. Steven Matt's here against the Orioles.
Right.
Matt's has pitched well. He's pitched well this season. You got to give it to him. Poor guy on the bottom left gets roasted every day. Is that Brian?
Oh,
yeah.
I
mean, that's why he's here. We could do.
I don't worry. I could give it back too, but I'm fine with it. Yeah. If I deserve it, I deserve it.
Yeah, it's like the thing is that he doesn't even have to be on the show. We still continue. Like he's been out.
That's not going to change my picks. So.
Of course.
We all love Brian.
Yeah, we love to fade his picks.
No, I dare you.
Okay. All right. Who do you got in these three? I'll let you know.
I'm gonna take the Pirates small for $60 only because
why?
It just seems like a nice value here. Castillo doesn't really have nothing to play for. Minus 170 in the road with the Reds just isn't in my vocabulary. And then I'll take a flyer with the Washington Nationals. Eduardo Rodriguez his ERA is almost 5, and Josh Rogers has been competent for the Nationals. In his small sample of work. So I'll take the Nationals, Pirates, and bet the same amount of money. I should come out on top in that one.
Someone says we should roast Joe Madden. We do behind the scenes.
They totally do. I come on and they're already talking about me, and then they're like, she's here.
Oh, I showed Joe how to make the thumbnails on for the thing, and we were doing a screen share. I drew the eye patch on her, blacked out her teeth. It was great. Put dark circles under her eyes. Believe me.
They get me all the time.
No one is safe.
And when I freeze, they make fun of me. Yeah.
Draw spinach.
No one's safe in this group.
No, nothing safe.
Especially with you, no coffee. Nobody's safe. Run.
No one's safe today. Right? I'm kind of worried. I'm like, be on your best behavior. Be on your best behavior. That's going through my head constantly when we're talking.
Rod, what do you got here?
And this group of games, I'm with Bittler. I like the Nationals here. Josh Rogers hasn't pitched too bad. He's 2-0 in night games, so I think they get another. They got nothing to play for, so why not spoil Boston's party? So let's take the Nationals on the Monday line over Boston, and I think the Rays got a win over the Yankees today. Not laying any juice with no Nestor Cortez Jr. And the Yankees. I'll take the Rays in the plus money on that.
Pretty snarky junior there.
Yeah. Was on the Yankees yesterday. I just knew it. Ray did as usual, looking like Ray.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Brian on the Pirates today. I'm going to take them plus 1.5, though. I think they keep this one close. Cincinnati, I'm not backing Costello. I just don't like what I've seen out of him lately. I don't think he's very consistent. So it's kind of a fade on him. He's got a 5.08 ERA on the road.
I like the Pirates, too. It's just a straight fade of Castillo for me. I've been fading them all season. No reason to get off that money train right now. Normally, Brian's been on them, though. So, that's really been the best part of it. Has been that, Brian has been humping up on Castillo pretty much all season. This is the first time. He took him 159 games to get off the Castillo wagon.
I think I'd have to go back and look, but I'm sure that I went against them a time or two.
Yeah, twice out of how many starts has he had? Let's take a look at his numbers. He's had 32 starts. I'm going to guess that you've been on him 30 times.
Probably 20 or so.
I'm going to guess 30.
I'm going to say higher than 20.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to say north of 20 for sure. I like the over. Pick Dog Convention at Circa in 2022. I hope so. I'm ready to get off the island. That's for sure. If we hit in the contest, I've already said
when we hit in the contest.
Yeah, we're having a party, so I don't know if we'll spend all the money, but we'll spend a good chunk of it. That's for sure. We're right there. You're right there.
It'll be the best party ever.
I like the Pirates in this bunch. I also like TBD against
it's McClanahan. It's not TBD.
Don't ruin it for me. No one asked you.
I just looked it up on
I don't talk when you're talking. I also
it's not TBD.
Criticized. I get hammered. It's TBD in my book. You know me.
McClanahan.
I'm down with TBD. Ray's got a shot at 100 wins this year. They'd love to mess up the Yankees.
Yep.
Sweep them out for the weekend. Got Sandy Alcantara on the mound against Ranger Suarez. Phillies Nationals. Got Huskar Yanoa for the Braves up against Tyler McGill, who was moved back into this spot. Scratched yesterday. And Brian's second favorite guy, Spencer Howard, on the mound here for the Rangers against Eli Morgan.
Spencer Howard.
Oh, John Heasley on the mound for Kansas City against John Gant. Yuck. They're charging full price for that one, too. Rod, who do you like in these?
Right.
Full price. It's like, well, neither team's limited, and Gant's pitching. It's like, we don't care. It's like...
Well, for me, I'll take the Marlins with Alcantara on the mound. I think he comes out and has a good start. I think the Phillies have given up. They're dead. So they're just like, man, we don't care anymore. This is over. And I think the Braves rest a bunch of guys. Give me the Mets. They got the win. They got yesterday. They clinched. They clinched their division. They got nothing to play for. Give me the Mets. And that one. I'm not touching the other two. 2 overs. Listen, I think we see whole lots of runs. Eli Morgan, Howard, John Heasley. Lots of runs. Give me the over in Indians, over in Twins and Royals.
Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to go with two very square totals. I'm going to take the Phillies Marlins under 6.5 with Ranger Suarez, who's been very good for the Phillies. 1.46 ERA, Alcantara for the Marlins, Mr. Dependable. I think Phillies will probably be lifeless today, so I don't see many runs being scored. And then I'll take the over Indians Rangers. Spencer Howard, one of the worst starters in baseball, one of the worst prospects I've ever seen. Guy's given up 15 runs over his last 12 and a third innings. So I'll take the Rangers and Indians over the total.
This total's up to 7 now. That's went up. It went from 6.5 to 7.
I still like the under.
Also, what we see, what we've seen from Suarez is that a lot of times the runs that he gets charged have been inherited runners. Like guys that he leaves and the reliever comes in and lets the runs in. Kind of Taiwan Walker syndrome. I like the Marlins against the Phillies. The Phillies are just... They should be gutted. Also, I just can't help myself but bet against John Gant. It's what I do. I don't really have any kind of explanation for it except he's earned that from me. Anytime I've put a dime near him, he's disappointed me very much. So, it's a weird thing is that he always has good numbers, but he just always loses. Nice guy, can't pitch. Yeah, he's 5-10 with a 3.74 ERA. 89 strikeouts, 69 walks. He has all the numbers, right? Except for the wins and losses. He's a professional loser. Not a fan. You get traded for J Happ. You stink. It's like we'll give you J Happ. Who are you going to give us for him? I don't know. How about Gant? Both teams think they planted the other guy, It's like...
They took Gant.
We got rid of Happ. It's like... it's like... Oh, crap. Chicago White Sox.
It was like the mystery part. It was like, here, they put him in a box and be like, here, we'll trade our guy in the box over here for your guy in the box over there.
Chicago White Sox up against the Detroit Tigers. Got the Astros. Framber's pitching against Sean Manaea. And then the Cardinals against the Cubs. Dakota Hudson. Where have you been all my life? Where the hell has he been? I haven't seen him in years, right? Yeah, I mean, he was always good. Where the hell's he been?
He was always good. That's stretching it.
I think he was good. His worst year was a 3.35 ERA, 16-7. Was his worst year. 2.77 ERA last year. I know he doesn't fit into the Bittler category, but 2.77. He had a 2.63 his first year, 26 games, 4-1. The 2.63. And then last year, 2.77. 8 starts, 3-2 record, 2.77. What the hell's wrong with that?
Oh, my stupid iPad's not working. God damn it. Trying to look up his stats so I can... Dumbass.
You know nothing. I'll clear it up for you. I'll cut. You don't need an iPad for this.
Dakota Hudson.
You're foolish and lack vision. Joe, who do you like in these three? Joe, do you like any one of these three? Tigers, White Sox?
I didn't know if you were talking to me. I didn't hear. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the Astros if I have to go with someone in these three. I know they clinched it last night, but I think they're still fighting to get like a really good record, second best record in the league. So give me the Astros to still come out hard in this one. I think a lot of people are going to fade them today because they clinched.
Joe, you don't have to do anything. Chris Ruffalo changed the rules for everybody. He's a game changer. You know, he's one of those guys that just, you know, takes the whole thing, and you know, someone comes in and it's like it's not how it used to be. You know, it's like how Joe Madden is. It's like she's a woman that gives picks. You know, good picks. It's like she's not here to turn letters. You know, game changers. Chris Ruffalo. It's like I have no opinion on this. It's like, then why are you here? Unless you're turning letters, telling us the weather, or doing something, or looking better than you do, Ruffalo, then why the hell are you here? It's like, I don't know. Rod, what do you think of these three?
These three, I'm going to take Detroit again. You look, Lance Lynn, his last time out, he got rocked. He got worked by the Indians, nonetheless. So I'm going to take Detroit. Scrappy bunch. Scrapping wins out still. So give me Detroit. And just like Joe said, Houston, I think I really got no interest in this game. Give me Oakland. Oakland's, they got their butt whooped by the Mariners. I think they want to salvage something here out of the season. I think Oakland gets a win here over the Astros. I'm going to take Detroit and Oakland.
Brian?
Yeah, I agree with Rod here. I think with Peralta on the mound, he's been scrappy. Tigers are a scrappy team. And how long are they going to leave Lance Lynn out there? I mean, he's the stud of the rotation. Just needs a few innings of work here to keep sharp. I think if you're getting 2-1 on your money, you got to take a flyer with the Tigers here. And I'm going to lean towards, we got to the Diamondbacks Rockies, correct?
No.
All right, well, then that's it.
I really like the Cardinals here. I know there's no line on this game, but I would bet pretty much at all on this thing.
Minus 220.
Yeah, overlay in my parlay, run line, triple, run line, quadruple, whatever. I think the Cubs, like half their team has COVID, right? So they're out.
Yeah, and they've lost the last 6 against St. Louis as well.
Well, they stink.
Yeah, they do.
I have to wear my Cubs suck shirt before the season is over.
Definitely.
Just to reinforce it.
Just beat him too.
Just to reinforce it. I haven't worn it in a little while. The crazy thing is I got it at Wrigley Field. It's like that's the craziest thing about that shirt. You know, outside of Wrigley Field, some guy was selling them. Yeah, I like the Cardinals a ton. Zach Davies, terrible. Horrible. I also like the Astros. I like Framber. It's my guy. I also like the White Sox. I agree with Brian. Lance Lynn is just a beast.
He's a beast, but how long do they have to have him pitch
It's okay,
today?
Brian. Thank you for chiming in there. Anyways. Got the Diamondbacks against the Rockies. Got the Giants against the Padres. It was a hell of a game last night, the Giants game. Got the Seattle Mariners against the Angels. And Clayton Kershaw on the mound against the Brew Crew. I love this slate here. Rod, what do you think?
For me in these ones, I like the Mariners to keep rolling and get a win over the Angels. I like the Giants to beat up on the sad Padres. And I like the Dodgers beat up on Eric Lauer and the Brewers. Give me Dodgers, Giants, Seattle. I think you can parlay all three up.
Remember to enter our office pool contest. You still have time. Check out our Twitters, my Twitter, Joe's Twitter, PickDog's Twitter. help you find the way, the easiest way to get there, I think, is there. Brian?
Yeah, I think Rod hit the nail on the head. I think the best thing to do here is to parlay up the Mariners, Dodgers, and Giants here. Money line parlay. They're not good to bet individually because all the juice, but I think all three of them win. And I'll take a small flyer on Arizona Diamondbacks. It just looks a little fishy. Plus 105 for Arizona here, the worst team in baseball. Rockies aren't good on the road, so I'll take the Diamondbacks also.
I like the Brewers a ton here against the Dodgers. Ton. Not a premium play, but I like it as much as my premium play. Looking at it here, I'm going to parlay it with the Mariners and the Cardinals, and that's my parlay for today. Brewers, Mariners, Cardinals. Love it. Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Colorado Rockies. I'm just fading the Arizona Diamondbacks against right-handed pitchers. They're 1-7 in their last 8 at home against right-handed pitchers. I don't think they get it done today. I'm with you guys, San Francisco Giants. They definitely take this win, and Seattle Mariners. So what I am liking, but again, too high of juice straight up on the Giants and the Mariners.
All right. Well, that leads us to our parlay section. Rod?
My parlay, we're going to take the Rays on the money line, Marlins on the money line, and we're going to put the Nationals on the money line.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, like I mentioned earlier, I think you just go Dodgers, Mariners, Giants money line, parlay those three up together for a nice payout. Not a big payout, but a payout.
Joe?
I'm going to go 4-team money line, the Kansas City Royals, Houston Astros, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Seattle Mariners.
All right. Well, tomorrow, the premium picks will go out around the time of our morning live show. We have, of course, tomorrow's our big morning live show. I don't know how many cappers we have on for tomorrow, but a lot. Joe's organizing that, so we'll figure it out. And then Sunday, I think we have even more.
Yeah. So remember, guys, those shows are time-stamped as well if you're looking to see a particular capper, but
They're also
stay with us the whole time. It's a
10
lot of fun.
a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, not our 11 o'clock. So, because we have a lot of ground to cover. But the premium pick show will probably go out before that, and then the VIP will be after. Hopefully, we get it before the early games. If not, none of us will have early games as part of the VIP, is the way that we've been doing it. But, all right. Well, thanks, everyone, for joining us. Let's make it a winning day, and I will do my very best to act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day. See you later. Joe and I at 3:30, college and NFL. Last look.
Be later on the drive-thru.
Nice promo there, Rod. We throw that in.
Throw that in there.
We had Ruffalo on the show for a year. That was more promo right there than he did the entire time.